Okay, how are you?
You're fine.
That's fine. Thank you.
We are fine. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's start.
Yesterday after the meeting, I think I just worked less than 30 minutes, but I just tried to do more research using at least different.
You just work less than what? I have not understood very well.
Less than 30 minutes after the meeting. I didn't work for long. So
Okay.
the only thing I did is to at least do some research using a different AI because I tried with ChatGPT and it wasn't like giving me any breakthrough. So I used DeepSeek and I saw that the configurations that DeepSeek was giving me was at least straightforward and also making a lot of sense. So today in the morning, I started doing those configurations. And I was able to get the Roundcube UI. Then I was able to log in. At first, I was able to get to the UI, but I wasn't able to log in. It was rejecting the users. So later, I did a lot of debugging, and I discovered that the users that are stored in the database were not connecting. I mean, the Dovecot user was not able to access the database. So I fixed that, and I was able to log in. So what I'm working on is now being able to get the email. I'm trying to send the email from external user to my user now, which is admin@technologyhub.org. But there are some errors. That's why I'm not able to see that email in the inbox. So I'm working on that so that I'm able to see the email in the inbox. Then I'll now move to the junk folder, see if I'll be able to mark the email as junk. And maybe I'll work on the script now to detect that and see if I'll be able to complete the FBL path.
Okay, can you show us the Roundcube setup, the part that you have debugged, on the server?
The server is actually here now. I just did the debugging a few minutes ago. And I've just taken that to the
Okay,
AI.
can you make again maybe a recap? Tell us what was the problem and how you solve it and which solution you have used. Because yesterday we was about to use Snoopy email, something like that. But today you have solved it. So maybe you can make us a recap again. Tell us what was the main problem. I know that there was a lot of problem, but just pick maybe the main one that was really blocking you, and maybe show us the error that you were getting and show us how you have solved it, the solution that you have used. This can be helpful for other people, even Karin, Emmanuel.
Okay, the main issue, let me just get this. The main issue is because initially when we were doing everything without involving the Roundcube and the MySQL database, everything was depending on the users that we have on the system, like on the server. We didn't have any user within the database. So any users that we were using, I created a real Linux users using the add user command.
Okay, can you show us that user and what was the error message you were getting?
Okay, maybe I should just log into the MySQL. Let's this.
Are you logging here? Because we are not seeing something.
Yes, I'm going to log in there right now. I'm just getting my chats on the other side so that I don't
Okay.
I don't. Just getting the MySQL commands. There are a lot. They can't remember all of them.
Make sure to keep your credential because this is being recorded. It will be better if you don't show credential again.
Yeah, but this is for testing purpose though. So once maybe someone else is, we are going to do these configurations afresh again, so that we specify everything.
Okay. Okay.
So for example, I have this. Let me just log into the main interface for the DBMS.
Your password is mail server.
No, that is the database.
Oh, because my SQL the user is root. The password is mail server.
Normally, what we do is that
The hyphen U mean user. The hyphen P mean password. Or am I wrong?
I'm specifying the mail server database. Normally,
Okay.
what we do is that we only pass this, then it will ask you for the password. So this is going to take you to either to the root DB or just to the interface. Then you'll have to choose the database manually.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So from here, I don't need to again maybe say use this database or show databases. So I can just show tables.
Okay. So MariaDB and MySQL are similar.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I think the MariaDB is a fork of MySQL.
Yeah.
Because when I think Microsoft have purchased MySQL, the co-founder of MySQL was afraid that Microsoft will take control.
Yes.
And that's why they tried to fork and create the MariaDB. Okay.
The system clear. So I have tables, a lot of tables here. Maybe just to explain what each is to do. So I have the users table. This is where I've stored the users.
Okay.
So if I store a certain user here, I'll store his or her password and the email. Then
can you show us the user in that table? Okay.
Select. Is it all from users? So right now I only have one user.
Okay, one user.
Yeah. So
And the password is encrypted or?
Yes, it's here.
It's encrypted or is a clear password?
It's encrypted.
Okay. So that's not the real password. Okay.
Yeah, this is
And the encryption is made automatically by MariaDB or you need to do it by yourself?
So I need to do it manually here first. Create it. There's a command I used to create that.
Okay. So there is no option in MariaDB to automatically encrypt it?
I haven't explored that because I was just following the instructions from the AI, but there might be a way to encrypt automatically.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah. So we also have another table known as should be virtual domains. This one here. So this is where I'm specifying the domain. So you can see that this username has a mail host, and the mail host is now this one here.
Okay.
So I can create several users here, and those users can now have access to.
What? And show us what you have inside the table of domain.
Domains, virtual domains.
Yes.
select from. So the
Okay.
domains I have technology, hub.work.
Okay.
Then these other tables, they are just automatically created, like
Okay.
the sessions and all the system and all that.
So you were using this user, and this user is a Linux user.
No, this one now is not a Linux user. It's like a user added to the database. So I just use the user now to access this, access the UI. Yeah.
Okay. But okay. But what was generating the issue?
What was generating the issue was that the postfix configurations that I had were still pointing to the Linux users, and it was not allowing me to log in using the
Okay.
database.
And what is that user from Linux that you were using?
We have a lot of users, like there's a Godric here. SU Godric.
Okay, you were just choosing one of those user and you were using it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you were using it to send email, right?
I was using it to try, because for you to log in, you need to create a user and use that user to log into your.
Because the UI were not showing. Now, if you log out, the UI will show.
Yes, the UI will show. That
Okay,
was
okay,
issue.
try to log out now. Try to log out.
Okay.
No, on the left now, yes, there. It's very slow.
I don't know. It's just still speeding. Know what the issue is? Okay.
Okay, because yesterday the point that we had, this UI were not showing. And
Yes.
what's the issue?
The issue was the PHP was not loading correctly.
The PHP was not doing what?
It wasn't loading correctly because when I tested by just creating a sample HTML that doesn't use the PHP and point the Apache to that, it was able to access that page. But now when
Yes. Can you show us that on server what you did exactly to make this load? Do you remember? Do you have the?
I can't really remember, but I have all of that here in the chat. A very long chat, to be honest.
Okay, and you don't remember the exact command or maybe the exact setup that make the page reload again? Show that make the page show up.
I think it was something to do with the engine that was being installed by default. It wasn't something to do with FPM. Not FPM, what it means. Yeah, I think it was something to do with this.
Okay. The the FPM was not starting.
Yeah.
Was not start. Okay. So you mean that yesterday when you were trying to access to UI, the FPM service was not started because PHP is a language, but it's managed by a service
Mhm.
called FPM. So you have done everything, but you did not start the FPM.
Yeah, then also today I haven't used the Apache. I've used Nginx.
You switch from Apache to Nginx.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then for the S,
Can you test the FPM if it is up on your server?
PHP-FPM. Should be system.
I think maybe you can change it. You need to change the user again.
I'm still on Ubuntu, so it will just be okay.
Okay. Ubuntu is the root user.
Yes.
Okay.
Status. Okay, let me just ask AI. New chat, how do I? If status. Okay. Okay, yes, yes.
Maybe we should put service instead of systemctl.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Hit that to ChatGPT, it shows. Are you sure that this DeepSeek is powerful?
Yeah, it's actually what has helped me to arrive where I have arrived today.
Okay, check the PHP for version. Okay, PHP is there. No, it's still showing you how to.
Yes. I think it will be able to guide me based on that. I realized that ChatGPT was assuming a lot of stuff, so
Okay.
I think it should be this one. Yeah, it should be this one. I remember. Yes, it's running.
Okay. Okay. This make PHP sometimes complicate more than language like Python, because Python don't have services. Python will connect directly to the daemon and start compiling the code for you.
Yeah. So the issue actually initially was that by default, the configurations of Dovecot and maybe Postfix were pointing to this one here instead of
Okay, the wrong version
instead of this.
instead of the other one. Okay, so in short, what we can see, when the UI is not showing, the first thing to check is maybe the PHP FPM,
Yeah.
because the FPM is the service that will manage the PHP language, right? Or
Yes.
because you see the configuration 5 of PHP is pointing. If you check on group,
Group.
it is group or group. If you go up, no,
Oh,
or
okay, but I can still get that.
yes, the last line,
This one?
the number 3 line by going up. Yes, go up again, one line. Yes, yes, that line where you are seeing the conf5.
Mm-hmm. That service, yeah.
Yes, no, the conf5. Yes, that one. etc/php fpm conf.
Conf. This one.
Yes, all those fine. So without this, PHP will not run.
Yeah, it seems I
Yes,
not so familiar with PHP.
yes, this is specific to some language, but language like Python, they don't have a service because they automatically connect to Daemon, to Linux Daemon.
Okay.
But PHP have his own Daemon. Try to ask to Gypsy what is FPM. What is the purpose of FPM and why PHP need that? The purpose of FPM and why PHP need FPM.
I think they actually stated something here. We didn't finish to read. Oh, these are commands. Okay. FPM. And why is it a requirement by PHP? Process manager. Okay. Standalone service.
Can you scroll up a bit? I just want to see. Okay. Okay. So before the PHP-FPM, PHP typically run into this program. So it was slow, was only using Apache, not Nginx. Okay. So what is your next step now?
The next step is being able to receive the email. Then
So you have the UI up and you are able to log in
yes,
and to log out. That is good. The problem is now, are you able to send email from here? Not to receive, just send.
I haven't tested that.
Okay. So
yeah.
next step now is to send and receive email from here.
Yes, yes.
And also check the spam part.
Yeah.
How you can mark it as spam. Okay, so you have solved the UI was not showing. You solved that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you are able to log in as a user.
Yes.
And the next step now is to make sure it's receive and send email. And also the user can mark email as spam.
Yeah.
Can you log in the UI?
Yes, I just want to be sure to the user. Troubleshooting. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Do you have another thing to add?
Not for now.
Okay, okay, good. Okay, let's continue with next person.
Okay, I'm going to go next. So I'll share my screen. So yesterday after the meet, I was continuing on the installation of Roundcube, and I still had the error. So I switched on the training. So I prepared some files
You
for
start
returning.
with what after the meeting? You start with what? You do what? I didn't understand very well.
I continued on the installation of the Roundcube that I had error yesterday. And
Okay, can you
still,
show us what you done? Can you show the screen and show us what you have done? Even if it is,
I don't have it
it's not work.
anymore.
You
I
see?
don't have it anymore. It's like here. I have the error here. In this chat. Where it is? No, not this. This was today. So I had an error about the MariaDB, and I tried to reinstall it, and I still had the error again. So this was the error. So it was saying that the installation was so there was a conflict in the installation, and then I worked on the training, so I had to prepare a file for an intern in cloud security. She needed the file, so I prepared some file, and then I continued on the upsell. So that's what I did yesterday, and today I was sending some messages for the new interns, And then I took a look on the configurations that are installed on the server, and I am trying to understand them.
You
So
took a look on which configuration? Can you show us your terminal?
the configuration of
Can you mask that thing down?
sorry,
Click on mask. No,
mask.
on the screen sharing.
This.
Yes. When you say you take a look, you were looking what?
I was looking at the Roundcube, the Apache tool, so the things that I didn't use yet. So the new things that will be used for the FPL, and then
one question. You were looking about Apache. You install it. You uninstall it. What did you look there? Were you making troubleshooting?
No, I was not making troubleshooting. I was like about to understand what should I do if when I will be configure the FPL. So that's why I watched those configurations, and like here. So this is what it is saying, the steps that I should do for the configuration. So I just searched in the server the folders, and I was trying to understand what are all of those.
Yes, but this configuration about PHP, are you the one who installed the PHP, or when you say you check on server what is already done, you mean what Godric have already done?
Yes, because Godric was working on the server.
When you have a server like this, server came with some default configuration. And if you are looking for something that someone have done, you need to specify that I am looking, try to understand configuration that have been made by Godric. Because when you say you just look for server, it seems like you are looking for default. Because any server, when you have them, they can be default configuration. That's why I did not understand what you were saying.
Okay, so those are the configurations.
So that's why when you are explaining things, you need to be very precise, be stating exactly. Okay, you were looking for configuration that Godric have done.
Yes.
Do you have a step-by-step of what we are trying to do about Roundcube? Did you check first the documentation of Roundcube?
Yes, I checked the documentation, but I didn't really understand it yet also. So I was just checking for the configuration, and I was asking chat. So I made a little documentation.
Yes, but the documentation of Roundcube, you are on the wiki. What you need to look is the installation on the documentation about the installation. I think Godric shared that yesterday with Emmanuel. The point is that Godric did not share that in the chat of the group. So next time when you want to share something, Godric, Emmanuel, even you should try to share that in the group so that anyone can have access on that. Because what you go here and read is the wiki. You just spend time. You cannot understand the wiki page not easily unless you have experience with PHP. But the documentation that you can understand don't easily is the installation document. Try to find the installation document there, because the installation document that's what we are trying to look. You did not understand anything because you go ahead and read the wiki. Scroll up, find the installation page. Up again. Godi, can you put the installation page in the group?
Just there, there's a file that says install that one here. Yeah.
This is where you need to focus.
Okay.
Because you cannot go ahead and say I was looking for PHP, I was looking for Apache. You need to understand why we need PHP, why we need the Apache, all those stuff, and to understand why we need them. It is when we came and read this installation file. At that point, we understand that, oh, we need Apache to make the Roundcube work, and we need Roundcube because we want to test our FBL. Did you understand why we need Apache, MySQL, and all those stuff?
Yes, I understand about my SQL, but for Apache, I don't really understand it yet.
Yes, but you cannot understand why we need MySQL, and you say that you don't understand why we need the Apache, because those will work together in our case. If you are not just saying that you understand that MySQL is a database, so or no, why we need it in our specific case. You can copy this document and put that inside the chat group, the Slack group.
All of this?
The link, you copy all of that.
Oh,
the link. Even if you are making research with ChatGPT, you need to know what we want to achieve. We want to create the FBL. And when we create the FBL, we need to test it. And to test the FBL, I already explained this many times. And to test it, we need to be able to receive an email, and user need to mark it as spam. And to receive email, we need to have something like this UI, where user can mark thing as spam, and then the FBL collect it. That's why when I finish meeting, every time I ask, do you have any question? Because if you lose the vision, our target goal, we will spend time on a lot of things. Okay, and what is your next step now? You know what is your next step?
My next step is I will take a look at this, and I will understand
before I show you this documented, this inside document, what was your next step in your mind?
Before that, I was going to ask Godric if I did the real, if what all the steps I take note of was right.
Okay. Godik.
Yes, sir.
Did you remember the step that ChatGPT gave us about? Can you copy that and put that inside the chat? Because this part can be a bit confusing. You see, we are manipulating a lot of things. Apache, Nginx, Roundcube. For a person who is not really focusing, this can be very difficult for him. Can you show us? Can we share our screen again on Godik so that we go and copy those parts and put them inside chat.
Okay.
By doing so, this will help us to really know. Give me a minute. So by doing so, we really know what we want to achieve.
Okay.
Just share your screen so that I will check again that part and be sure that Emmanuel, Karin, they have those steps. Okay, can you go in the ChatGPT chat? You will remember? Yes.
I'm trying to log into ChatGPT now.
Okay. Why is the chat? I hope you have not deleted it.
No, it's there.
Okay. Scroll up a bit. Try to scroll up a bit. Yes. Okay, good. Down. Okay. Okay, good. You need to copy this one first. This first one, you are going to copy all it. Okay. Perfect. And then put that inside chat. Maybe you can put a title for that.
All right. Should be.
No, you on the chat, not with Emmanuel.
Oh, sorry. I thought I clicked on the chat.
Yes, yeah. You can just paste. Yeah.
Let me paste on the code part. Looks better here.
Okay. Go again and copy the other one. Why there's no. What I think you need to delete the code part because the code part will not take 1, 2, 3. You see 4, 5. That thing is very important. You can delete this because this is not showing you. Yes, just press like that and tap enter. Okay, perfect. Now anyone can see 1, 2. Now scroll down. Yes, go down. Go down. Yes, this yes, copy all this. Even the title, yes. Even the green, that's green too. Yes, copy it. Because this part can be very confusing. Okay. So when you have this in mind, you know that it is clear for you now, Karin.
Yes, sir.
Because when you are jumping, you need to understood what we need. Our goal is to test that our FBL is working. Okay, that is great. Don't go. You can even share that. Perfect. Okay. Can you click on that chat and see if you can have access on it, Karin?
Yes, I have access.
Okay, good. So whatever you do, you need to follow this.
All right.
Okay, that is good. Don't go, Dick. Do you have anything to add, Karin?
No, not for now.
Okay. Let's continue with the next person, Emmanuel.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm kind of.
Oh, sorry. Let me stop sharing. Okay.
Okay. So I also started with the run installation, but I have an Nginx on my machine and it is blocking the Apache. So I have to remove it and make sure that
Remove what? Nginx or the Apaches?
the Nginx.
Okay, so you are on Apaches.
Yes. So that I will be able to run it on the local machine, not on the server machine. Yeah. So these are the things that I did yesterday and this morning. So when I remove the Roundcube, so when I remove the Nginx, the browser will start showing. I'm getting error 404. The page cannot be shown, so I'm going through it to remove the Nginx on it.
Which page?
I'm getting 404, not found. Yeah. So when I remove the Nginx and put the Apache there, yeah, because the Roundcube is running well here. Yeah. So that's what is left for me to be working on.
Yes, but yesterday what you did, you install only Apache, and I don't understand. What you have done yesterday.
Yes, so yesterday is what I did. I did the Roundcube. I did the installation. So these are the things that I search on.
Don't show me ChatGPT stuff. I want to see the action that you have made.
Yes, so it's the command. I wrote it and I typed the command. And when I'm finding issues, I use ChatGPT as a debugging.
Yes, but what you did is only to install the Nginx. That takes less than 1 minute to install Nginx.
Nginx was on my machine already, but Apache they are using the same port number, port 8080. So there was a conflict. So I'm now coming to block Nginx to stop running.
Yes, but you have the Roundcube documentation. Why you did not use the Nginx down directly? Because when you do that, you spend time.
Yes, I ran the documentation. I have Nginx on it, on my machine already. So when I was installing the Roundcube, when you are installing it, it installs this one. It installs Apache into it. So you have to stop the Nginx. So when I started it, it wasn't showing, and I realized that the Nginx is blocking it. So I have to do the Apache installation again. So I have to do reinstallation again on that.
Why you did not install it down directly on the server instead of install that on your local computer?
No, the server is being used and it's one. So
yes, you can. Okay. So what you did was to install the Roundcube on your local computer.
yes.
But if you install on your local computer, okay, let's assume that you have installed it. It work?
Yes. So I'm about to finish the final part on it.
Can you go on your local computer, check if the FPM service is there?
No, there is no FVM service on my local machine.
And how this thing will work? It means that this thing will not work.
No, I want to install the Roundcube on the local machine.
Yes, I mean the FPM. The FPM, if you don't have it, your PHP will not work, and this thing will not work. If you don't have the FPM, how Roundcube will work?
No. Yesterday, we were having issue in setting up the Roundcube. So I wanted to set it up on my
I mean this, you know what is FPM?
FPM.
Because the problem with you is that when someone is explaining the job that he have done, you don't interact. Karin, what is FPM?
FPM is a service.
For what?
The service used by PHP.
So Emmanuel, you did not. Godric and me, we spend time on this right now about it, and you say that on your local computer you don't have the FPM.
FPM is here. When you are installing it, it is part of the
Yes,
package.
check on your local computer if it is up. Go on your
It
local.
is up. When you install, okay, wait. So this FPM, this Apache FPM 2. This is it.
But I know why you were saying that it's not, you don't know this and that.
No,
because even that, if you have the FPM like this, even if it is up, I think for the Godic is version 3, right, Godic?
Yeah, it's version 3.
You are using, I think, the version 2.
the reason why I use the version 3 and I had a lot of issues. So that's
Okay.
why
And even if you have this, let's say you make some change, I don't know if you need to restart the FPM or not.
yeah, so the FPM is working. The only thing is I have Nginx and Roundcube runs on Apache, so I have to remove the Nginx or disable it, then enable the Apache on it. Then that is it.
And you have chosen which database?
I'm using Postgre database.
All those stuff your machine will support it because they are very heavy. Can you show us
So
your computer there on?
this is the Roundcube database. When you run it, this is what will happen. It's 17
No, go on
table.
command line. You are using PHP admin.
Oh,
So you have installed the Postgre and install again the PHP admin. That will not be, that can be very easy on your local machine.
yeah.
Can you connect there to your PHP and show us table user that you have created?
No, I normally don't use the command line in doing that. I use the interface. Then it becomes very fast.
Oh, you check that with command line there.
Yes,
That's
but
to GPT to connect
oh,
to command line. How to connect to Postgre database with command line? What are you doing? Use the same command line that you already, okay, you want to put there. It's localhost. Just ask him connect to PostgreSQL, because now he will go and connect to a specific database. Just have to ChatGPT connect to Postgre, the command line. Just ask him connect to database. Just connect to just connect to Postgre, not to a specific database. Once you are there, you will make sure everything and that will show you.
Okay.
Ask to ChatGPT. Tell him that you want to connect to Postgre from command line. No, I want to see first all the database, not use it.
No, there are other databases that we are only using Roundcube.
Yes, but show all database. I want to see the list of all the database. Or maybe it's
that might not be important.
I want to see the list. I want to see them.
They are my private database. The Roundcube that is what I'm working on.
I am saying this. So you are using what you have used. If you have your private database in Postgres, in that case, what you will do is you use something maybe like MySQL instead of combining thing for other thing, because a reflex when you connect to a database, you make when you connect to something like Postgres, you want to list all the database because you are familiar. You are the one who made all the setup. I am not the one who made all the setup.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I use the interface, the Postgres interface.
Yes, but when you are working, I don't know, in your mind, you don't follow the step. You are including some step that have no value to what you are doing. You are spending energy for nothing. Because you have installed the Roundcube now. I don't know, you use a database maybe that you are using, I don't know, to do what. And now they ask you to show, you say private project, private what?
No,
this is a testing purpose.
This is the database, Roundcube database. And
yes,
these are the tables when you install it.
Well, that's why you connect there. I say ask ChatGPT the command to list all the database, to list the name of the database.
Smart Grade is a different is someone's database. It is not what we are doing. So it is not needed in our conversation. It's a different database. When you see Smart Grade, it's a different database. So this is what I'm working on. Roundcube.
What? I will tell you one thing. This test is about testing purpose. It means that if you have any kind of work, all those, don't combine them. You are just.
No, I am not combining.
Yes, but if you have not combined, show us the list of the database from the terminal. That's what I am asking to you.
This is not a new Postgre. This is an old database I've been using for like 10 years. So there are a lot of works on it. So I only show what I'm
Okay. I
working on.
understood. What you will do now is to use MySQL for this work. You need to install MySQL. Don't use the Postgre. Because I will not tolerate to spend my energy, ask you to run a command. You start saying this. You are just spending our time. Here, what you are doing here is something not experimental. It means that someone can even install a database. And during our call down like this, I ask the person to delete it. And the person can delete it, and the person will delete it.
Yes.
So I don't know why you go and use the database. You say this. If you already have Postgre on your server, use another database for this work. Because you will not spoil our energy. You are saying that this. On this work, what we are doing here is experimental. It means that we can see everything that we want. We can do everything that we want. If you right now you are giving a limitation on our freedom. Because when we say we insert a database here, it means that we can create, we can delete, we can play with it as much as we can.
Okay, so I will install.
Remove this. Don't do even on local. Don't do that on local. Go on server. Do the same thing that Karin don't have done. She go on server and she try to see what Google have done there. If you have your private thing, I don't know why you are doing this experimental work on something that is important for you. Because you will just destroy our brand. What you will just destroy our creativity. Right now, we go to ChatGPT, we are asking for a command line, and you say you cannot show all the database because what?
Let me ask you a simple question. The reason why I didn't install Roundcube on the server is that Godric was working on it yesterday.
Even if Godric is working on it, you can just let's say you want to go on server and install the Roundcube. You can just check if Godric already installed it and check all the steps that he have done.
No, how can I check the step? Because I am not on his machine. How he did it, I can never know. So I have to give him the space to finish.
If you go on Roundcube, you want to check if the Roundcube is installed. You have the command Roundcube version. You will see the version. If you want to see if the Apache, because you have the Roundcube documentation, to install the Apache, you will check if the Apache Godric already installed it. To install maybe the MySQL, you will check if Godric already don't install it. You can verify that. And if you have a step that you have not do, you can then do that.
No, that will hamper because I will not know what he is working.
Yes, that is much better. That is much better. Instead of coming here and destroying our freedom by saying that private for what? That is much more better. I will prefer that you go on the server for the company and leave our freedom instead of come here destroy our mind by saying that private. Because on this experimental project, during the call down like this, even if you have a database, we can say, okay, we will delete it because we know that this is experimentation.
Yeah, you are right.
We can decide yesterday. After some troubleshooting, we were saying that okay, we'll move from Roundcube to Snappy email because we want to play with it. We want to have our freedom. And if Godric is working on server, or maybe you can work on another part. You have the scrapping part. You have a lot of things. So you connect to server. You have a documentation. You can say, okay, if my colleague is already not working, I will check if he have installed the MySQL. I will check. You have all the command. You will ask to ChatGPT how to check if my colleague already installed a database, the MySQL. how to check if my query already answered. The same thing that Karina have done. What she said, okay, if coding is already done working, what I will do is that I will try to check.
Okay.
That is the big problem we do. Every time that I give something, you go ahead and do another thing. Every time, the same thing, the same problem. Like you have some issue in your mind, the issue to understand, to follow what we are saying. And if you want, don't do again this kind of work, because this is, so I say the database, this is, what's that?
Yes. So I'll try and get.
That is not my problem. My problem is that you don't listen to what I say every time. You don't listen to it. That is my problem. Because if you are taking small tests, you go and complicate it every time. You go and complicate it every time. That will not be helpful for us. Like the FVL, you have worked on the detection automating part. That's good, but you have the spam down assassin. Imagine all the time that you have spent on that. Because the problem with you don't know how to make a step by step. In your mind, you want to go fast. I don't know if sometimes you take time to really dig step, but you want to go do things. And most of the things that you are doing have no value. We bring no value, because in science computing, in computing in the today world, you can run a lot of command, you can do a lot of automation, but that will bring no value. Like me, when I work with big company, we have a requirement to do no work if business did not ask that to us. And even when businesses they ask that to us, we need to follow step by step, because as an engineer, you can spend a lot of time on something and you think that will generate no money for the company, but most of the time that will bring nothing, no value. You can spend time create complex code and so on. But business company don't need that. And even most of the code you can spend time on it, but that will bring no value. Since yesterday we are discussing about this thing, we did not say about installing the PHP-admin, because we don't want to add a lot of components. If those components are not really important, we want to focus on them now. We want to focus on code. Only add a component when it is really matter, when it is really important. If you don't want to work, you want to take your old code that you have used in other work, in other this, that will not be helpful for me. I will tell you down that that's bullshit down for me. Because our goal here is not to block the code that have been done and put here. No, our goal is to understand everything from scratch. Or maybe it is easy, or maybe you want, when I give a test, you want to use your old code. You want to use your existing job that you have done in the past to try to solve it. That will not work. Since 2 days or 3 days now, we are talking about the Roundcube. We are trying to install it. We are trying to troubleshooting it. And Rodrigo have shared his screen, even Karin. You did not see no one go there and try to complicate and add something that is not in the requirement. So forget immediately to using your old code. Forget it immediately to use it. That will not be helpful here. So even the database that you are saying that you have installed, you have not installed it. Because the good news, when you install the database like Godi did from scratch, that will help you to try to understand about some new problem. Like what Godi did, he installed the database MySQL from scratch, and the UI was not working because of the user. And by doing this kind of thing from scratch, that help us to understand deeper what we are doing. And even if you want to use your database, be sure that your database is not important. Or maybe you have installed something on your computer. If you want to integrate this, make sure it's not important, because at some point we will delete it, we will remove it. Good. Did you make the brainstorming with Emmanuel yesterday and Marine, as we discussed yesterday?
Okay. Because I was running into a lot of issues, and it was I mean, it was like I was closing the day, and I was very tired, so I saw that we may end up wasting a lot of time now that I was also very exhausted. So I told them that we can have a meeting today once I'm able to figure out something, maybe very early in the morning. So I just saw it was necessary for me at least to have something that is working before we could maybe have a joint meeting and discuss it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Emmanuel have some problem that I have seen. It's that sometimes he try to complicate things that are easy, or maybe sometimes he's trying to use an old work that you have done in the past for this test that you are doing. Everything that we are doing here is experimental, and we are working everything from scratch. So I think that making brainstorming with Emmanuel and Karin time by time, especially with Emmanuel, I think Emmanuel have an issue to follow the step by step that we are doing here. I don't know if he's in hurry or not. Emmanuel, are you in hurry when you are working here?
No.
And why you did not take your time, go step by step like Karin, like Godric? Don't be in hurry. Take all
Okay.
the time that you need. Go step by step. If you don't, because if you are in really, you will. So, Godi, when you have time, you can make a call with them. So to a brainstorming on with them to remind them what we really need. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Emmanuel, make effort to really follow what we are doing here.
Sure.
In your mind, if you try to go fast as we are doing, you will fail. It's not that you will fail, but you will abandon. You will abandon this thing. You will abandon it. Because at some point you will see that thing will not work. Nothing will work. That is the problem with this email part, because you may think that doing complex thing will help you, but if you do those complex things, at the end you will have a system that will not work. That will not work, and that will not be benefit for business. Like in this stage, what we need is what? We need to have an interface where user can mark email as spam. We start with the Roundcube, but normally, if we did know about Snappy email, I think maybe we should have used Snappy email, because Snappy email don't have a database. They are using a JSON file, and that is something that I like. So if I did know about Snappy, I believe that maybe we should have used it instead of using Roundcube, because with Roundcube, we need a database, a heavy DOM database. And one of my goal is to reduce all unnecessary DOM component. So let's assume that we were using Snappy. It means that we should have only how many components? Snappy itself and maybe the Nginx. But with Roundcube, we have Roundcube, we have a database, we have the Apache. So this is experimentation. So the more we are working, we need to make sure, even the Dovecot, I think it was last week, Godi was using the Dovecot, but we discussed and we realized that we don't really need it until we start saying that, okay, we remove the Dovecot inside our tools. But now with the Roundcube, we need the Dovecot.
So what you are saying is the Roundcube will be expensive, and the Snappy Mail will be less expensive when you are using it on production.
It's not really about expensive. It's about complexity.
Okay.
The more you add component, the more you will have a system that is complex. and more is complex, the more it will be difficult to troubleshooting and even to us to understand what we really need. Because keep in mind, our goal is to send email, not
Yes.
to carry tools. So if our goal is to send email, if we can do that by just hit one command line, that will be fine. But
Okay.
if to do that, we need Roundcube, we need this. And if a competitor of Roundcube have less component than Roundcube, that will be fine for us.
Okay. Okay.
Because a
So they,
system that we are building, at the end, we will have maybe 200 tools, 200 on component. So if we don't start now by reducing them, at the end, we can end maybe with, let's say, maybe 300 on component. But if we start now to reduce them, at the end, maybe we can have 100.
okay. Okay.
From
So
certificate to dashboard to auto renewal to FPM to maybe Postgre or maybe in some point MongoDB for scaling. All those, if you list all those names, there can be maybe 200, 100 something. So that's why when we are working, we are trying to reduce them.
okay. Okay.
We are trying every time at every step to only stay with necessary thing, because we know that whatever happened at the end, we will have a lot of them. And the more we reduce and the more we have a simple system. Simple system does not mean that your system is not very performant. That does not mean that your system is not powerful. A good engineer try to build a perfect, a powerful system, but by keeping it simple. That is a good engineer. How can I say that? A perfect engineer. We make a system very performant, very powerful, but at the same time very simple. Simple in terms of user, simple in terms of the engineering, and so on and so on. But the average, the engineer, we just go ahead and build a system that is working. He will not take care if the system is complex or not. He will not take care if the system is good for the end user or not. He will not take care if the system will be easy for troubleshooting, because one of the main goals when you are building a system is about the troubleshooting. Because once you build that, you need some other engineer or maybe some support on technician who will be making the troubleshooting when there is an error. So the more your system is complex with a lot of components, that will not be easy for anyone to troubleshoot.
Okay.
Because when you build system, it is not only for you. Other people will use it even maybe in 10 years, so on. And when you are building, you think like those people who will be making troubleshooting on the system. Even if you build that for company, what they want is the performance, the result. And to start having a system that is perfect, that is simple, is by starting removing unnecessary component. Like when you are making the development, remove unnecessary DOM package, so that at the end you have a system that is not complex and that is very performance, and that is very easy to manage, that is very easy to troubleshoot. Even with the Roundcube, I am not really happy with Roundcube, but I am not seeing other way how we can go ahead and test our FBL. Because if you want to simulate test our FBL like a real user, we are obliged to use maybe Roundcube, or maybe, I don't know, maybe there's another solution. But at this point, according to the knowledge that we have here now, if you want to test our FBL in real time, like a real user, we need an interface. We need that code to handle the backend. We need a database, but we don't need a complex database. any kind of slide on database can be good for us. That's why we choose MySQL instead of Postgre, because Postgre is very heavy. At this stage, for the experimentation we are making, MySQL is slide on database and it's slide more than Postgre. Every time, Emmanuel, you are doing the same thing. I don't know, or you are using code for other project things here. That cannot work here. What you are doing here, you cannot compare that with any other project. I will not spend my time go do what with project for other one. Okay, do you have other thing to share?
No, really.
Continue to say no really instead of asking them question. When you do that, you go again and start working on things that we don't need here. Godric, do you have any question, Karin?
Not for now, sir.
Okay.
Me too, not for now.
Okay, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.